Well, let's get into some international issues. I said at the top of the show, the United States is making a move on threats against NATO, announcing they'll withdraw close to 12,000 of their US troops from the NATO bases in Germany. The move comes as President Trump says Berlin is taking advantage of American troops and failing to spend what it promised on the NATO defence budget. Let's get into it all with my international panel. All right, joining me now, former Senator Cory Bernardi in Adelaide, and in Sydney, James Morrow, opinions editor of the Daily Telegraph and, of course, co-host of that Skyrocket on Sunday, Outsiders. All right, this is a big play here from President Trump, Cory, but he's not wrong on the money, is he?
No, he's absolutely right on the money. And, Peter, I think it's a little bit strategic as well. He's taking 12,000 troops out of Germany, which is a country that, you know, the leader there doesn't like him very much. He's redeploying 6,000 of them to Italy and Belgium, two countries which have embraced the Belt and Road Initiative, and I think that's quite significant as well. And the other 6,000 he's going to take home to go on rotation with their families. I think it's a very strong move. I think it's a good move, and it's honouring an election promise that he committed to.
Yeah, spot on. The presidential campaign, James, it's heating up. 3 weeks to go to the Republican convention. There's no confirmation yet where it will be. It was going to be in Charlotte, then Florida. Now there's talk the president, accept the nomination from the White House. I've been told by some I know in the States that it'll really just be an online presence. Do we know anything more than that? And Joe Biden, I've got to ask you, still no running mate yet?
Well, yeah, so Joe Biden, let's take that bit first. Joe Biden said that he would have a running mate by August 1, but we're coming up on that, and now he's saying, it's next week sometime. Look, the thing is, it's not going to be Joe Biden picking the running mate. It's going to be whoever's behind the scenes controlling Joe Biden. And right now it looks like there's sort of two candidates who are firming up there. There's Kamala Harris, who, what I think really upset the woke progressive left because she's a former prosecutor and very much, you know, in that sort of cop mentality. And Susan Rice, who was who was involved with the Clinton administration, was the UN ambassador and was involved with Libya and a lot of other debacles there. So both of these are very weak candidates. One will annoy the left. One will annoy centrists who would have been on Trump's side. I don't know that Biden has a good move. In terms of the convention, Peter, I think online probably makes the most sense. The Republicans don't need a big convention for the energy in the same way Biden does to get his base out to support them.
That's true. That's true. Cory, there was talk in the last couple of days, certainly some of the polls were showing that Biden was in front in Florida. Now, no Republicans ended up in the White House if they haven't won Florida since 1924, so the president absolutely needs it in his column. How accurate do you think the polls are, and what do you think the chances are? Well, who do you think Biden will have?
Well, I agree with James's assessment, actually, about between Rice and Kamala Harris. And I don't think either of them are good choices, particularly for America. I mean, God forbid if Joe Biden won and had to be replaced by one of these people. They've got enormous baggage. But I do think we've got issues with the pollsters. I mean, this has been going on for years. We know they are essentially, the media are cheerleaders. People are cowed into silence. They respond generally how they're expected to respond rather than how they're going to vote themselves. We've seen it in Australia, we've seen it in England, we've seen it in America. So I'm going to discount them, and I will be paying closer attention to the betting markets as you get closer to the election. Right now, I think it's all just noise.
Yeah, look, it's a really hard market to poll at the best of time in the United States, and I think you've got to follow the money, Cory. I think you're right there.